Okay, it looks like we are live. So welcome back. I'm going to be continuing to work on my preprocessor. So I'll go ahead and put that link in the chat and let's just get started. So let's look at what we've got so far. So I haven't worked on it at all since last stream, but this should work. So basically import this file and then we'll expand it here and also fill in these macro definitions. So if we run this, and there we go. Yes, it works. So if we look at test2.tasm, let's see. Yeah. So we can see both of them. N is 100 and A is 200, and we can see filled in print 100, and then as well as push 100 and 200. So it all worked. Yeah. So assuming there's no other bugs in this, which there probably are, but let's see. Yeah, and that just moved it into a file. I can remove that. So let's get started with this. What we need to do now is add information for the lexer in our assembly. So basically what we want to do is let's see. Actually, I'm gonna do the out.out again. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have something here where it's like file name followed by whatever line number it came from. So when you import a file, this is what we'll replace it with, and at the end it'll be the actual, like, the current file name. Yeah, and the line number also. So that's basically what we're gonna do. It's similar to the C preprocessor. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. So that is going to be down here. So in here, yeah. So what we want to do is before we do this, we want to let's see. We have the imported file. Yeah. So that is right here. So that's where we want to do that. If yeah, we don't need to do it. Basically, we just need to do in I equals 0. See, actually, I don't think we even need that. So basically what we can do is, let's print F, and let's make sure it all looks right. So that'll be the file name. Actually, we'll do at %s, which is the file name, space %d, which will be the line number. So we can put imported file as well as line. That means we need to keep track of the line number. So, yeah, that is going to be basically, we can go here, if buffer index equals that, then we've reached a new line. So line plus plus, and we didn't actually define line, so let's define line right there, and we'll set it to 0. Yeah, that's quite important. Set it to 0 actually. Yeah, so line plus plus, and then as well in here, I believe we have something with the new line. Let me search for it. So /n. Alright, that's just actually searching for. So let's see, it's gonna be like that. Alright, not found. Alright, well this is actually. Alright, well let's see if that actually works. So that should be stored in here. So we run this now. At test2.tasm 0. So line needs to actually start at 1. Because most programs do that. Start at 1. Yeah, so 1. And let's actually change it up. So if we open up test2.tasm and we change this, so it's 1, 2, 3. That's where it should start. No, it actually starts at 1. That's right. Yeah. So how can we? Oh, we can. So actually, I'm thinking, this isn't gonna work because we actually want to get the line number. Actually, so that's fine. Actually, I think it can be 1 always. But then when we return to this one, yeah, okay. So when we return, let's see, where did we put that? Right here. So after we do all this, we want to print the current file name and then the line number. So this actually is always going to be 1, I believe, if I am not mistaken. So that's actually kind of what we want to do here. File name undeclared. So what did I call it? Do we even? Oh, I suppose we don't have the file name here, do we? Yeah, well, we can pretty easily just pass it in. So just like that, and then we do have to change a couple places. because yeah, anywhere will be called paths. Well, here we need to change that. Let's see what else. Let's see. I think we call it down here as well, though. No, I don't think we do actually. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a problem actually. I defined it in the wrong place. So this needs to be that. That's my bad. Okay. Yep. Don't want to do that. And there we go. So now, yeah, now we have that. So, okay, we obviously want a new line there on both of them. So I'm not sure why it's not doing this one after. Because it should be doing that. Because this is actually found in the other file, in this file. So it should be, because this should be adding everything from there. Oh, you know, I'm stupid. Okay. Yeah, actually, that won't happen until we add it to the actual file. So I think we can we do sprintf? Will that work? Yeah, and then we'll just pass output. Yeah. No, alright, so that just overwrites it. I thought so. So, so can we do this? If that will work. Yeah, I think we need the new line. Right, that doesn't work. Oh yeah, so you can't have strings like that. So I don't know why I did that. Or no, okay, that's the printf actually. So let's actually do pair file info basically equals yeah, we can just do that actually, and then sprintf file info at %s%d file name and line, and here we'll just pass file info and need a semicolon, and let's actually print out the file info here, and let's see what it looks like. All right, file info. Okay, so that doesn't work. If we do that. Alright, so that won't work actually. We need to no. Alright, yeah. Alright, so there seems to be no new line in here, but if we add that. Alright, so that actually prints it out twice. Yeah, that's not. Let's get rid of this printf. Yeah, now it's not working, so that doesn't work. Alright, so let's actually just let's use a loop. Sterling file info. And yeah, so we'll just put output index equals file info I, and then output index plus plus. So yeah, that's not right. We need a semicolon there. All right. Yeah, this needs to be size t. Okay, so then that worked. And we should probably separate this into a separate function since we do basically do it a few times. But let's actually do the same thing up here, except with except with the other one. So this is going to be 1 and imported file. That should probably be called imported file name, but that's okay. And then here we can actually just do something like that. So let's see. All right, and then yeah, so let's get rid of the printf that I had in here. Right here, separate those out so it's a bit more readable, and let's run that. So there we go, and then so if we change the line number that this is on, then it should also update the line number in there. Yeah, okay, so then 2, so that's where we resume at. So I think that is correct. We should probably put quotation marks around that though, actually. So let's do that for both of these. There we go. And yeah, okay, so that looks pretty good, I think. Okay, I think that's all that I needed to do. So yeah, I'll separate this out into a dynamic function. So basically, this is gonna be append to output, basically. Void append to output. Yeah, so it'll take output, int output index, as well as what you are appending, I suppose. Here, what would that be called? Like that, I guess. So yeah, then we'll do something. Oh, we need the length as well. Int value length, and that doesn't need to be a pointer because we're not modifying it. So yeah, we can just grab one of these, yank it, and paste it in there. Okay, so of value length, and then this can be value I, and that should work. And then yeah, I think I'll just honestly just return output index, or maybe I'll just not return anything. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and call that now. Down here, so we should be able to do thing to output and pass see, so we need to pass output index, pointer to output index. And then we need file info. And file info. So I think that is what we need. That should be good. So let's actually test that and make sure it works. Alright, and that doesn't work. Output is set but not used. And yeah, we do need to modify this function. So output index, let's see, 1. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, and we can make that an int. That's okay. Alright, and then it seems to have still worked. So we should be able to replace all of these with that. Alright, so I'll separate it, and in this one, we pass all the same stuff here, but then we pass imported buffer as well as imported length. And let's make sure that one still works, because that's quite an important one at working. Yeah, alright, so that seems to work. And then we can actually, we don't need that anymore. So yeah, we can just do something like that, and we pass file info, and it's actually the same thing as this. So yeah, now it should all be working. Yeah, so that looks about right to me. So now we have information for the Lexer to know what file it's in and the current line number. So yeah. So if we change this and import S2, we can import it twice. That works. And then yeah. Yeah, and then it does adds a new line. And I don't think we not want a new line. All right. Yeah. Let's actually. Let's see. So that's here. Do we need this new line? All right. So that works. But if we don't have that at the end, then does it overlap? Yes. Okay. So I suppose we can just have the new one. Doesn't matter because the line number is stored here anyway. So I think we can actually now implement this into the Lexer. I should probably do some more testing, and let's add support for command line argument. So argc argv. Okay, so basically, what we can do is if argc is less than 2, then f, let's see, actually, f usage is send s, yeah, send s file name, and there we go, and x with 1. Make that f, and that should work. So now we rebuild this. I need to use argv0. Right, and whoops, I put arc on argc. Okay. Usage is main file name, and then it works, but it doesn't actually use it here. So then we can do pair file name equals argv1, and we can pass file name in here. So now let's build it again. Run that, doesn't work, and then if we do test.adding, then it will do that. Oh, shoot. Did I not put the new line back? I thought I did that. I did. We need it before though, actually. Yeah. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, so that's good. Yes. So, and we should be able to do test2.passing, and then we just get that one. So that all seems to work. And yeah, this gets, yeah, so there should be 4 there. Alright, so that's all good. So now we can take the command line argument, and then we don't actually have to write it to a file. It can just be on the CLI. However, I do want to make this a header only library. So let's actually go ahead and do that. So let's touch. Let's see. So tip.h, and we'll open up tip.h right here. Then if not defined, tip implementation. Then define implementation, and then end it. Okay, so we're not going to actually have a main in the file. So what we can have though is pass, pass, and let's do that. This one, that one, Prepro, in the file in get value. And I should probably like rename these so they don't interfere with other things in the project, but not right now. Alright, and alright, and then this one. And we shouldn't need that other prototype that we defined in here anymore. Let's see. So yeah, we have hash map. So we should probably change the name of hash map as well. Let's move these into there. And let's make sure it all works. If we include .h, alright, and then main test.asm, alright, and test2.asm, alright, so that seems to work. Okay, so yeah, so now I forget how a header only, how to define header only library in C, because that's what I want it to be. Then you can just include it into your file. You don't have to worry about linking with it or anything like that. All right, perhaps this will show how to do it. I think you just put it after the end if, but I'm not sure entirely. So this is for C++, but I think it'll still work. Mm. All right, we can actually look at one. I think that temp.h actually. Look at that. Mm-hmm. All right, I don't. All right, you have to find C++. Okay. All right, well, let's just try it actually and see if it works. Just copy all of this stuff. So, except for the main. And then paste it in there. Let's see, since we did that, we can actually just delete it. Delete it all. And then, yeah, so main, and then we'll include that. So, test.test. And okay, so that looks like it works. Seems to all work. So that is good actually. We didn't actually define it though, so let's say define if implementation. Because you're supposed to have to do that. Alright, so actually I think we need these down here as well. Alright, now if we run it, yeah. And it works. Okay, so this, let's see, let's do, let's move main to tip.c, and then we have to modify the build.sh to be tip, and then, yeah, and then the output as tip CLI. Whoops, so that didn't work. Let me see. Yeah, okay. We did not move it to tip, tip.c. Right, now let's do build.sh. There we go. Now if we run, whoops, tip.c. Oh yeah, okay. Tip CLI. Okay, tip CLI file name. So then we can specify the file name. And okay, so that seems to work actually. So assuming I did everything right, it works. It does require the hash map. So yeah, you need both of those for now. Once I implement my own in the future, then you won't need that, which is a good idea. But I don't want to do that right now. So I will actually commit this. So added lesson information as and move to header file. Okay, push. It'll go. Alright, and it should have worked. Okay, things seem to be dying. Okay. Yeah, so that looks like it worked. Whoops. I need to modify the git ignore. Yes, let me remove that. And then, yeah, there shouldn't be anything else. I can remove the example files as well, I suppose. And that should work. So let's actually do it now. Cleaned up files. Any year now. Okay. There we go. And that should not be there anymore. So the, yeah. All right. So that's nicer now. So, so that should work now in our file. So if we actually go into Tim, and then let's see. So we need both of these. Actually, we already have the hash map in here, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, we do have that. So we just need tip.h. So we take it raw. Things are slow today. Okay, there we go, fine. And yeah, so then let's grab that. And there we go, tip.h. So now just make test.c file really quick and then include tip.h in main, and we'll do prepro. And let's see, so I don't remember what we need to define here. So we need file name, length, and depth. Okay, so file name can be post.tasm, length can be length, and then this is 0 where it starts at. So we'll just define length here. Length equals 0, and we'll pass it like that. So build this, and then actually we want to do thing test.c. Okay, test. Tip.h not fine. Oh yes, it needs to be quotes. Okay, and whoops, that's not what I want to do. All right, and if we want to test, then all right, yeah, we don't actually have test.tasm. We do have test.tasm, so can't read from that. Test.tasm. Push. All right, so I guess it doesn't work at all. And then and push and claim and run that. Segmentation fault. Okay, that is very cool. Oh, because I need to define this actually. I am stupid. Okay, tip implementation. And it's still segmentation faults. So implementation. Okay, so perhaps there is something else that you have to do for the library. Let's look at Google. Proper way. What is a header-only library and how do you use it? Let's see. This is C++. Okay, so that's not what I want. I just want regular C. So just a simple example that I can look at. That's all I want. Okay. That's not it. Yeah, header on. Stir split.h. Let's see. No? Okay, so that's not .h. Okay, .h, and let's see. Alright, so this is just macros. Alright, just want to know how to do a header only. Alright, let's see. Do I even need any of this? I can do it, right? Should be able to get rid of that. Okay, perhaps I am forgetting something. Let's open. Let's look at let's see. So that has that. Oh, we have to create the hash map. We should do that. That's probably a big part of the issue. Initial size. Yeah, we should do that in the actual file. Alright, it didn't output anything. So why did it not output? Okay, it should be printing it. Oh, do we have to print it ourselves? Let's see. Char output equals that, and printf output. Alright, yeah, so I just don't know how to use my own library. Okay, so that seems to work. So let's add this to the library itself. So let's open tip.h. So in prepro, we can actually just initialize the hash map in there. Yeah, so if we just grab this, since it's global, we don't need to pass it or anything. Yeah, so we'll just do it first thing here, and then we'll check for the hash map error. And yeah, so that should be all that we need to do. All right, so that should now work. Yeah, so let me grab that recent version of it. So we have to push that. Git init -m fixed hash map init error and push. Push push. Okay. And then we should be able to reload this again. And then, yep, no. And then just copy link. I think we can do a little something like that. Let's remove test. It's what's it called? Tip.h. And then grab this new one. And now we should have that. And we can just quit out of that. And it should work without. Yeah. Alright, actually not playing. Test, and there we go. Okay, so now it is working. So we can include it. We just need to specify the length. Okay, so now we can add that to our Lexer, I suppose. So this is actually building a. Can change the stream title. It'll load. Give me a moment, because we are not building the preprocessor anymore. We are building a virtual machine, and it is updated. Okay, so yeah, we can actually remove test.c, test.tab, and yeah, we'll just. Whoops, I saved it now, so it's gonna be back. Or not. Okay. So let's see. That's not alright. Yeah. Remove test.tim as well. Okay, so this is gonna be, let's do I don't want to do that because it's gonna, well, yeah, I'll do it. Okay, yeah, so that removed that. So let's actually double get that again. And now we have it back. When it loads. Okay. There we go. So now we have it. So let's go into TASM Lexer.c. Okay. And just right down here. Is this where we want to do that? Probably could do it in the. Yeah, this is probably a good place to do it. So let's just do int let's see. Prepro equals 0. And actually we have to include this. So I'll do that at the top for now. We need to define it. Yeah. Actually define tip implementation. Whoops. Implementation. Okay. Include tip.h. Okay. So I'll separate that out a bit. And now we should be able to use that in here. So if we do output equals prepro file name length, and then what was the other thing that we needed to pass there? And the depth, so that is 0. Okay, so now, yeah, so now we shouldn't need to do any of this stuff. And we are instead going to set, yeah, we'll just set this to current immediately. File name equals file name. Alright, and now, let's see what happens when we build this, unused variable. So yeah, we want to actually pass, Prepro length here. Alright, length is not declared, so yeah, we can just make this length, since we're not using the other one anymore. Okay, build that. Okay, current index undeclared, so we need to set that still. So let me move this here, and there we go. Doesn't like that, because I did it wrong. There we go, and now, okay, and this one TASM, okay, we need to specify a file. Bit.tasm. Okay, and actually, let me just, that's not TASM. And I will open that up here, TASM. And we'll do at depth and 100, and then push N. Alright, so, we run this, slash TASM, test.tasm. Undeclared label H. So actually, let's print what we get from current. Okay, and yeah. Alright, push 100. Okay, so I don't know why that is breaking, actually. Or why that is getting messed up. So this should actually still work. Turning instruction. So that is 24. That's not right. Oh, that's in TASM.c. 24G. Okay. Alright, so let us debug down here. If we print this, what do we get? What do we get? H. Okay, so we are reading too far. So, okay, shoot. So we need to do length -1, actually, don't we? Yeah. Length, -1. Just like that. There we go. Okay, and then, yeah, now we should have test.pin, and actually, I don't know if it worked because we don't print. Mo. Okay, so there is an issue. So issue setting the length in Prepro. So let me look at that. Length. Yeah, so Prepro. So let's just jump to that. And let's see. So length. We passed that. So that actually. So perhaps actually want to change this to be a pointer, because whenever we modify it here. Yeah, so actually length should then be set to this, right? Whatever we return here. So basically, I think we can do length equals the Sterling of output. Sterling of output. And yeah, do that. Alright, output undeclared. Alright, yeah, because it is result, actually. Not output. Result. Okay. Alright, and let's just try that. Okay. Let's talk to him. Okay, and 100. So that worked. Now this is not going to work when we import test2. Because we don't handle any of the lexing for that. We do actually have to make the S2.tasm. Whoops, I completely messed that up. That's not 2tasm. Yeah, we don't need that. So let's actually S2.tasm. And this can just be push 5. So that should get expanded, but it won't. Or well, it will get expanded, but yeah. Then we get some issues here. But we do print out all the way up here. We aren't finding n anymore, so it's just n. But it does expand. We removed the new line. All right, there is a couple issues from here, so I will need to update this. But I do know where this problem is at. If I can go to the right line, that is down here. Yeah, right here. Need a new line. Okay, and now if I run that again, and yeah, so that looks better. It is still not right because syntax error. Yeah, because it generated some weird stuff. Yeah, so basically we need to handle this in the lecture itself. Yeah, so if else if current index equals at, then the only time where we will encounter this in the actual file, other than in like a string or something, would be in here explicitly. So yeah, so then we need to do current index plus plus, and then we need to if this does not equal that, because that means it's the file name, then we can just error. I don't remember if I have a function for errors, so I will need to do that. Error expected open parent. And then 1, because that is an issue. Then we can do index plus plus again, and then we need to make sure that it is not end of line. So how do we do that actually? If current index is greater than length, then yeah, we want to do this stuff, and we need to check that in there as well. Okay, Casa of Chile. I probably mispronounced that, so I apologize, but just followed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so expected open paren. So this is expected file count. Not file path paren. And this can actually, we need to check here as well. Or current index. Actually just current index. We're just checking current index greater than 1. Yeah. So that, we need to check that. And this needs to be plus plus, so I don't know how that happens. Then we can basically just generate a word from this. So actually that is gonna have to be, actually might be able to, we can use the one from tip preprocessor. Yeah, so basically get file name. That's what we're using. So let me copy that in here. So basically, char, let's see, file path equals, actually, so this can be, let's see, define file path equals get file name. So yeah, we need to pass that. I don't know if that's gonna work. And then index, we have to pass an index into there. Yeah, so that's gonna be current index actually. There we go. Current index, and then length. So what is the length actually? Oh yes, that's just the length. So that is fine. And then let's actually print that. Whoops, I messed that up. We'll print at the define. Let's spell that out. Define file path. Okay, so that should work now. Let me get rid of, at the bottom here, I had this. And let's see why we have some issues. Yeah, so this needs to be that one. Okay, so now let's try running that, and we get a segmentation fault. So that's not good. It's probably because here define file path. Do that, and then like that. Yeah, okay, so this probably needs to be valid. Just use an arbitrary number for now. Chair. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, so I suppose it did not generate the file name properly. So I don't think we actually want to set it to that. I think we just want to do that. No. Okay, so that's not right. What is this return? Let's look at the definition of it. So yeah, returns word. I need to change all the memory management that's going on in there. But yeah, this we do want to set it. So yeah, we can actually move this back here. Alright, do we want to... Yeah, actually, this isn't what we want to pass it here. I was doing that wrong. I want to pass current. And there we go. Okay, so we got the file name for both of them. So that is good, actually. So now we have the file name. We do have some other issues because we didn't parse everything properly because... Yeah. So let's actually... So this is what it's outputting. So now we need to go to the next one. Yeah. So, yeah, we do need to check this. So I will separate this out into a different function. But for now, I'll just do this. Yeah, so we wanted that. And then current index plus plus. And then we basically need to check the same thing again. As well as one other thing. So we need to make sure this number. If current index. Yeah, actually, so this is... There we go. If not is digit. So that's what we want. So then we know it's a digit. So then basically we need to generate number, which I do have a function for that. So then num, let's call that for now, will generate num. And what do we pass to that? That is used right up here. So generate num. So current index, we can use all the same stuff, I think. All that same stuff. Is rating with a party of 1. That is very cool. Thank you for rating. Never had a raid before, so that is pretty cool. Thank you. Okay, so yeah. And then let's print out the number. Sky was shining followed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, so this is actually for generating a token. So that's not what we want. So what? Let's see. So we want... Yeah, we don't want to return a token. So we need a separate one, which does a similar thing to this, but doesn't return a token. So, well, we could return a token for now, and then just get the value of that token, I suppose. Just temporarily. Yeah, so where do we... Yeah, so token, and we just want the token. Let's see, so what do we call it? It's token value or something like that. I can open that up. Pesmletzer.h. Token value. Token text. That's what we want from that. So yeah, we can just do that. So instead of a character, it's going to be a token. And then we'll just print num text. And that should work, I think. Unused variable define file path. So where is... yeah, because we are going to use that later, so that's okay. Generated num. Yeah, so this needs to be like that, and then this can be a dot right there. Alright, so let's try that again. Unused variable, that's okay. Error expected file path. So, okay. Give me one moment. Okay, sorry about that. So this might need to be actually... No, because it's greater than the length. That's not right. So, all right. Yeah, that seemed to work actually. So then, if we modify the files here, all right. Yeah, if we modify this test file to do that, then it should change it to 2. Okay. And yes, all right. So that worked now. So that is pretty cool. Now we, yeah. So now we can get the number and the file name, and still does break stuff though, because we do want to remove that, like not. Well, we shouldn't be lexing that, I suppose. We don't actually want to add this to the current token. I don't think we do that though. Yeah, we don't push that. So why is it found type label? So let's actually print the tokens and see which one is a type label. I think it is still. Oh, because we have any here and we don't define that. So let's just push 5. Yeah. So then now if we run, there we go, and it worked. And if we run this test 5. Okay, so that all seems to work. Yes, so now we have the information and we just need to modify it in the Lexer. So what we can do is basically when we encounter this and we encounter the file path, then we set, we do need to change the way we are handling the file path, because right now it is all in the Lexer, but we need to handle it on the token by token basis. That needs to basically file name. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce your name, so I'm gonna mess it up. Hiralium? Hiraelam. I apologize if I messed that up. Just followed. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm very bad with names. Very bad with names. Yeah. So we need to set that for each token, which we do have the init token. Init token. Let's see. Want the definition of it. So yes, you got my name right. All right, that is great to hear. Usually I don't. Usually I do not. All right, right here. So yeah, we want then to just set at the end here. Care the dot file name equals file name, and we'll take. Yeah, we'll take file name in here, and basically, what we can do pretty simply. Come down here, we set Lexer file name equal to define file path. Yeah, so if we set that, then it'll change on both iterations. And then whenever we do, let's see, init token, wherever we call that, init token. So yeah, right here we can do, we should have the Lexer in here. We do not. So okay, yeah, we'll just pass file name. And we'll just include that up here. So this, is that, maybe we should just include the Lexer, because that might be useful in the future. Lexer. Yeah, we'll just do the Lexer file name. Lexer file name. And we can do the same thing for every other one of these. So Lexer, and dot file name. We aren't modifying it at all. We don't want to. We can accidentally do that. So yeah, Lexer dot file. I can type right, file name, there we go. And the same thing down here, Lexer. Okay, and let's see, where is that at? Right here, so Lexer.file name, and that might be the last one, or it might be one more. All right, yes, that looks good. Then, right, it's actually just called Lex, but it actually doesn't really matter. Actually, it might matter, because, yeah, it needs to just be Lex, because I don't want it to think it's a function. I should have looked at that before. Using the mouse again. I actually didn't pass it here. So, yeah. Lex.file name. Lex.file name. And then, let's see, I don't think there's anywhere else that we do that up there. Lex and Lex. Alright, and let's jump to the end here. And that is the last one, I think. So now what we need to do is also pass the Lex in here. And then that should be it. we should be good to go. So not in there. In here, Lex, and then Lex, and Lex. Alright, so let's see. We'll probably get some compiler errors. Yes, request for file name. Alright, so that is 345. This needs to be dot. Alright, oh yeah, so Lexer isn't defined. That is. There we go. Alright, actually, that is a pointer in here, I think. So, alright. I suppose it is not. Okay. So, let's see. Let's look at this. Alright, yeah, so we do need to modify in the header file. So all of these ones. Lexer Lex. Lexer Lex. And Lexer Lex. Alright, I think that is good. Let's see. Init token as well. Alright, yeah. Lexer Lex. Alright, and now let's see, 157. Oh yeah, it's just file name. That is what we want there, not Lexer. So file name. There we go. Alright, so now, alright, and now if we get an error in the test2 file, like push n and n is not declared, it should report it in that file. Let's see, test.tasm. Alright, and it did not. So, okay. So, let's see. Did I set it properly? In the Lex, down here. Let me see. Lex.file. Print that out. And let's see what it says. So, test2, and then it changed to test. So perhaps in the parser we are not. Oh yeah, we didn't actually modify the parser. Because we don't. Let's find. Yeah, right here. We want this to be token file. Let's see. So token. Yeah, and we can just accept token here. I don't. Yeah, we still do use the Lexer. So token. And then we have to modify that. Let's see. Is there anywhere else where we use Lexer file? There is right here. Right, there is a couple different places. Alright, there's two, it appears, actually. That's not too bad. So, yeah, actually, we already have current token in here. So that is good. Current token. Yes. Okay, and then we'll just go to the next one. File name, and we will set this to be token. Actually, I don't even know if we have access to the token here. But, we can actually use the... can we use that? I don't know. We will actually postpone this one because I need to think about that. But for the other ones, it should be fairly simple. So let's look at file name. Yeah, so we have that. Whoops, I did that. Token file name. Can't type it all. File name. There we go. All right, and if we. All right, so right here. So where are we calling it? So handle token get, and we need to pass the current token. So that is Lexer token stack index. I should probably set a variable to be that. Actually, I do. So why don't I use that? I guess that's something I just haven't added yet. Yeah. So this can just be current token here. And then all right. Let's see. So where else? Handle token get. Do we use that anywhere else? No. Okay. That is good. And then we also have print syntax error. So print syntax error. So we do use that a couple of places. So but we do pass current token already. So yeah, so that should actually be all good, I think. All right, there is some errors. token depth. All right, perhaps that is actually in the header file. Let's look at H. If we look in there, no, I guess we haven't added that here yet. Let's see. Oh, it's because I put it as the second one. So we do need to change that. So we'll just remove that. Put it right there. And I need to fix some of this. And there we go. Alright, so now we build it. And unused parameter Alexa. Alright, should probably remove it then. Alright, that doesn't work. Token. This needs to be a dot. That is why. Alright, yeah, so unused parameter, we can ignore that for now. So test2.tasm 37. So yeah, we don't actually set the line number, so that's not correct. But it does get the correct file now. So that is what we want. But now if we have a syntax error in here, like we make this n instead, and then we make this correct, then if we do this, I didn't need to rebuild that actually. Then it is in the correct file. So that is pretty cool. So now we need to set line equal to and actually set current equal to 0. Or what is it called? Character? Yeah, character. Character equals 1. Yeah. Whoops. Character equals 1. Okay. So now let's build that, and we have problem on the parameter. Alright, oh, because that is a token, so we can do num.text. Alright, and build that, and let's run it. 4, 6, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, alright, and then 6. Alright, so that's good, but now if we change it back to this one, it should be on the first line. And let's see. 1, 7, and is that, okay, is that 7? No, that's 6 again, so I suppose we need to do line is right. Character, oh, because character gets iterated, so we have to set it to 0, and then it will get iterated immediately. So that is okay. And now it is correct. So now it seems that we should have proper error handling. So if I change this to be push n right there, that's line 5, it should be 5, 6. 5, 6, okay. And then if we make it correct, make this 3 actually. Let's test if that works. And do something like that. Then it should print 3. No. Shoot. Let's see. That is in test 2. Oh, I didn't save. My bad. Okay, and now if we run it, okay, and it prints 3. Okay, so that is cool. That is cool. And now let's test this. Let's do print n, and that should be a syntax error. So if we run this, no syntax error. So that's not good. Right. Well, that should be definitely. It is not. Okay. That is not good. Push in. That's not gonna work though. Yeah. So I think there's an issue with that. That is something that we need to fix. Let's see. 4, 6. Is that correct though? So line 4. Alright, yeah. Alright, so it is correct. It is just that was an issue with the parser. We were not reporting errors properly. Which that is something that I will need to fix, but that seems to work. So now we can import files. That is very cool. And something else we can do. Actually, let me test to make sure that the test works. Lib.tasm. Lib.tin. And yeah, okay, so that seems to still work. Fibonacci. Test. Alright, so we'll run tasm test/hello world. And alright, yeah. So I need to remove some of that debug stuff, but and yep, alright, so that's the hello world for the assembly at the current moment because we don't have strings. Test, and then yeah, label. So label should still work. Label.tin. Okay, and yeah, so that is all correct. That is looking good. Yeah, all right, so let me remove some of these printfs in here that we've got. I think it's all in here. All right, let's see. And we do have, no, we don't have that. So let's build this. Whoops. Test, okay. Because it's empty, so we'll just run it on this one. All right, yeah, and we still are printing out this stuff. So where are we printing that actually? That is actually, right here we're printing it. We don't want to do that anymore. And there we go. All right, now it is nothing. We could probably add like a completion message or something like that, but don't even worry about that. So now, unused parameter lexer, we can get rid of that. So that is in the parser. Let's see, that is it handle token def? Print syntax error. We do not need the lexer. May need to add it back at some point, but good for now. So now we can have that warning. Okay. Oh shoot, your name is very long, and I'm not sure how to separate it. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. But yes, just followed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, all right, let's see, cleared here. All right, yes, we didn't actually change where we handle that. Syntax error. So we need to just remove lexer from there. Where is this? All right, right here. And then there should be another one. Yep. Then was that it? It seems to be so. Yeah. All right, and that seemed to work. And if we run test/fib.tim, and it's all working. So that is very cool. Yeah. So I think let me get rid of these comments for the stuff that we don't need anymore. We still want that. Which this is stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that I need to clean up, kind of. So that should be all good. Yeah, all right. So I think we can commit this, and also we added that fix to tip.h. So I will want to do that, but first I will commit this one. All right. Git -n. All right. So let's see. So we implemented error handling and usage of tip3, which is titanium preprocessor, which is what that is. I forgot that. Okay, and we can push that. I don't know why it's taking so long to reach GitHub. Yes, and there we go. So that should, let's see, so that is Tim right here. And okay, now, and then we can go into here, get out of here, and I will just basically Tim slash tip.h into slash tip.h, and there we go. So let's look at this stuff. So this should be a head date. Oh yeah, change that to. So we can commit this then. It's an error with, yeah, I think that's what it was for. I don't remember exactly. Length in header. Alright, and we'll push that as well. I guess I could have checked git diff to make sure, but it's okay. It's okay. I will find more issues and fix them. Almost definitely. So let's make sure that worked. Actually, that is right here. So now should all be up to date. Yep. Alright, very cool stuff. Okay, so now we are running our preprocessor. So if we go into text and we modify fib.pattern, this can be push n, and we should, whoops, actually, let me not do that in there because it doesn't work. So yeah, let me, alright, text fib.text. Delete it, there we go. Yeah, so we'll do define n is 60. And if we do n, now that should automatically complete. So if we build this, tip is not here. Whoops, it's because I moved it. That is wrong. I don't think I have. Didn't mean to move it. So let me actually copy paste it. Tip/tip.h to there. Alright, now we should have it again. There we go. Alright, that's my bad. It's not main, it is chasm fib.tag. And if we run Okay. And there we go. So that seems to work. And we should be able to change this to just 6, and it will only print 6 now. We need to recompile it. And there we go. Alright, so now, well, it's actually, yeah, it is still 6. So now we can have macro definitions. That is super cool, actually. Extremely useful. So I think probably something like 30 is a good number to leave it at. Because it displays it well. We do print a lot of garbage on the side because it converts it to both characters and floats. But that's okay because you can sort of tell where it's supposed to be from context. Yeah. So that works. Is there something? I don't think we can really do that. We could add a similar thing to the Hello World where we only use one print, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Yeah. So now we can sort of, if we wanted to, why are the floats always 0? That's just a weird thing with converting with unions and then whoops and converting like basically how unions work. I'm not sure exactly, but it stores. I can show in here. It's in tasm.c. No, it is in tim.h. We have a union here, word, and it only stores one of these values. So it can be any one of those. And then the float, I guess, is something with converting integer to float. I don't know exactly, but it's something to do with that, which is why it's 0. But if we actually do in here, we do like push 5.0, and then we run it on test.tasm. Then, oh shoot, yeah, wait, oh yeah, I didn't print it. Okay. Then, yeah, print it now. Then it does this, and then you can see the int is some crazy high number. That's just kind of how floats are handled. It's a bit of a strange thing, but yeah. And then the character is nothing because there's not a character representation for this big of an integer. So it's just something to do with that, basically. I can't explain the lowest level of it yet because I don't understand floats well enough for that. Okay, that makes sense. That is good. All right, yeah. So I can remove test.tasm and test2.tasm. And let's see. I think I can do let's do updated fib. It's really just 1D. I don't know why I didn't do it too. Fib example to use macros. And then push that, which that's just a really small change. But then I can do C get clean. Okay. So that got rid of all the extra stuff. So now, yes. So now we could build out a bit of a standard library, which there's not really a lot of useful stuff we could do with that yet. Mostly because we don't have returns, and then we don't have strings, which a lot of the stuff would be with strings, like concatenating strings and such. We could do that because we can include files now. So that is pretty cool. There's probably some more stuff I need to fix. Whoops, I just wobbled my desk. Need to fix in the preprocessor, but it seems to work for what I can do. So maybe we could do some test stuff. I'm not sure what happened here. Do some test stuff. So let's actually close out all of this, and then over here actually we'll do macro test. And let's see, so we'll define n as 100. We'll import scd dot cast, and then let's see. So what can we call this one? Scd defs, sure. And then basically we'll push n, and then we'll push like we can make one standard in. That just jogged my memory on the convergence between float and integers in C++. It has to do with binary 2's complement. Nice. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, that is very cool that it reminds you of something. Yes. Floats are very interesting and not something that I understand yet. But in the very near future, I would like to learn how they are implemented, like on a low level, because it is very weird because of the way they work. Yeah. Don't really know how to talk about it since I don't understand it, but I think you get the idea. So yeah, and then st there, and then we'll just sort of define those in defs.tasm. So we'll do def there is Is that 2 or 0? I think it's 2. Standard in is 0. This is in very weird order. Yeah, that should be 1, I think. Yeah, so that is good. I think that's right. I don't remember exactly, but I'm quite sure that is right. Alright, so now over here, let's run chasm test slash actually yeah. Whoops, wait, no. Oh yeah, I didn't build it. That is important. Alright, expected pound type of label. So why is that? Let me look at test slash Steeped out. I think I spelled these right. Oh, it's because I use a hashtag. It isn't C. Alright, now it should work. File not found. std devs. Because it is running from this folder and not from that one. So if we go into test, then we run //chasm. That one. Yeah. So it still doesn't work. So it is in 3.6. So let's look at that. 3. Line 3. That's this line. I think we have some issues. Okay. Let's actually modify the hello there, Lil Cookie. How are you doing? Yeah, actually it's not test. Chasm Lexer. Whoops. Lexer.c. So let's print the tokens, I suppose we can do. And that will give us a good idea of what is going on, hopefully. So let's go out of this file and let's do /chasm. Good, how are you? I am doing quite well. Quite well. Yeah, let's run that. And here is what we get. So push. So it pushes nothing. Alright, so it doesn't recognize that. I'm not sure why the line number is so messed up though. So that is definitely an issue. Ooh, I know why. Yeah, okay, so that is actually an issue in the preprocessor. I do know why that happened. It's because I didn't do any of that right. But that is okay, because so it doesn't like that. What did I slash that's st there. So that should be working, but it is not. So let's go back into chasm lexer. Let's see. And let's, instead of doing this, let's print what the output of the preprocessor is. So that is right here. Okay. And let's see what that does. Right. File not found. Oh yeah, because we need to run it from in here actually. Okay, so that prints out that and push N012. So it doesn't like that. Alright, so that is an issue. Alright, so we can't actually define that before, it doesn't like that. But now if we run it, then yeah, because we still have the push in. Get rid of that. Now if we run it, it okay, yeah, so there is a lot of issues, it seems. Alright, yeah, let's rebuild this. And then we'll run it again. And now we can see, so push 0, push 1. Then push, and it doesn't have the next number. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's actually... using C, it's C. Regular old C. So why is it... Where is this push coming from? But then it's not down here. Alright, let me actually go into here and let's just add something there. And it does recognize that. That's going to be an error, but syntax error. So, so that is in the in here, I think. Perhaps not. It is in the parts, I think. Yeah. Oh, actually, expected. Right. It needs to be expected type. No. All right. So where do we call this thing? Oh yeah. So print syntax error. So it is one of those. Next. All right. So let's look here. All right. So it is this one here. It is on the push. Yeah. So it doesn't. It adds an extra push for some reason. You can see up here. So why is that? Or it doesn't. Little cookie followed. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, so it has an extra push, and then, well, this isn't even an extra one. It is just, it is this one, but it doesn't have the number for it. So it's not parsing, or not lexing the whole file, I suppose. Is that because of this? Because we had to do that before. Okay, and then it works. Yeah, and I don't actually print it, so print. Okay, so then that works now. But if I do, oh, it's just, we're in the file. All right. And then that works. Okay. Oh yeah, dot slash, because it's all right. So that works then. So I don't know, but it wasn't working with something before, and that's why we added that. It is probably an issue. Yeah, issue in the actual preprocessor itself. So I will need to fix that. But this works now. We do need to actually change this. So let's see. So it can't be .tasm because otherwise it's gonna try to build that and it won't be anything. And we don't want that. We just want to include those, but not actually compile. So it needs to be like tasm header as an image. Tash. How about tash? Sure. Yeah. Whoops, I need to. Alright, and then we can modify that in the macro test.tasm. This needs to be tash. There we go. And now if we do this, whoops. Tasm, and there we go. Alright, and that works. So, yeah. So that is the official way. I'm relatively new to coding, so do you have any tips like what to learn first or a good coding software? Well, just learn, well, so what do you, like, do you know what you're interested in? Like, do you want to do web development or lower level stuff? Or like, what exactly? Like, do you know an area that you'd like to learn? Because that's usually good to learn the stuff for that area. Okay, so that all works. 210. Uh-huh. All right, yeah, so that should be all good. All good. So what do we need to do? Let's get rid of this debug for now. It's up here actually. And then it shouldn't print all that stuff when we run probably basic web development. Well, if you want to learn web development, you should learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript because you have to use those. Kind of, well, you could use WebAssembly technically, but basically you're going to be using JavaScript as the programming language mostly. For the front end at least. If you're doing backend stuff, you can use other languages. And it's probably best not to use JavaScript for that, but you can if you want to. Yeah. So what other like definitions would we need? Like constants? Because we have that. There's some other syscall stuff, like sockets and stuff. And I don't know if that actually works on Windows. It's probably a different one. So we would need to handle that, but not right now. So yeah. So now things should be working. Do we have? All right, let's modify. Zoom in a little. Microtest.add. So let's see. We can add some more stuff in here. So this wasn't working. Def n 100 and then push n and put. Yeah. So that doesn't work for some reason. Yeah. So it doesn't recognize. Let me actually add that back. The thing that I just removed. Yeah. Yes. Okay, yeah, because it doesn't expand that. So that is a problem with the preprocessor that I need to fix. But it should work if we do it down here. Yeah, then it all works fine. So that is fine. Yes. Okay. I like your voice, very calm. Thank you. I suppose. Don't know that I would consider my voice very calm, but I suppose so. Yes. So we just can that. So that is fine. That's good. What else do we need to do? So perhaps some more tests in here. So how about importing another file? So what other file could we import? Let's see. What could be like a standard thing that is pretty simple? Yeah. Well, let's see. Just like C constant definite standard library. I can't think of them right now. I guess I could look in the actual standard library itself. Constants in C. This probably just shows how to do that. Yeah. That's how you define them. These are like not like macro constants. Yeah, let's actually I think I can do whoops, everything is frozen. Okay, it is not frozen anymore. So so let's see, I don't remember how to do this. Where are the C standard libraries stored? I don't remember. I'm looking it up. I don't know why I'm doing it over here. Let's see. CC? Alright, yeah. So there is some stuff in here. Let's see. We have x86, 64, PC Linux. Yeah, 13. Okay, so then the GCC. Okay. Let's look at that. Okay, yeah, so I don't think that is what I want. I remember there was a place, there was like, where there's SDL and all that stuff, but I don't remember what the path was. Let's see, let me see. Okay, that's node. That's not what we want. Perhaps I don't want to do this. Yeah, I'll just think of some other stuff. So what is other constant stuff? So I guess we could have, just for testing, let's just define it in here. Yeah, so let's do Linux syscalls cache. And then in there, there we could define syswrite is 1. Let's see. Let's actually open the Chromium OS syscall, because that is probably the best one. So if we look in here, let's see, it'll load. Yeah, so right down here. Give me one moment. Okay, I apologize for that. So yeah, read is, that's what I thought. This read is 0. And then, yeah, it's open, it's 2, and then I'm not going to find all of them, but then we'll do, this exit is 60, that's one that I will remember. So let's actually see if it works. So if we run it on, alright, so, yeah, it's because we, no. So that didn't work. A lot of the errors that we're running into, I'm going to try to fix off stream. But, yes, there is an error. Let's see. So let's add that back so we can see what it actually outputs. Okay, yeah, so what is type label? Oh, because it doesn't, alright, so yeah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work for this. It doesn't, yeah, you can't include multiple files. So that is definitely a big issue. However, I know that, well, I tested this, I did this yesterday. Yeah, so I'll get rid of that temporarily. And then in here, if we do try to import the other file, which is the that one, then that won't work. So we don't have recursive definitions. Yeah, recursive import. Yeah, so that is, we have that, but we can't import multiple ones. So that is kind of a big deal. That we can't do that, because that is pretty important to have, actually. Pretty important. Yeah, for now, I'll just kind of move these definitions into here until I fix this. Yeah, that is the one that I want. There we go. Yes. AMC. Okay. Yeah. So now that should work. It didn't actually show them because we don't add them. So yeah, then we have those, and then we can actually add a comment here because we do have comments. So basically, yeah. What are these called again? It's like the buffers. What's it called? I don't remember. I am tired right now, so I can't think properly. So let's see. These are syscall numbers. So we'll push sys read, push sys write, push sys open, and push sys exit. So those should work if I spelled them right. Push. Oh yeah. So we don't have support for underscores because I forgot to add them. I can add them quickly because it's very easy to add. I just forgot to do it. Let's see. Get file name. Let's see. Where do I get this from? So that is in their definition. See, I think it's in get value. So let's go up to that. Alright, that is not where it is. It is in get. Let's see, which one is it? get word. Yeah, that is there. So or buffer index equals underscore. And this I think I need to wrap like that. I think that is right. So let's see. I don't think we would need to build it again, but yeah, actually that's up here. All right, and then that works. So now we have support for it. Do need to move that to the actual library, but if we run this, we're already in there. That's him, and there we go. We don't print it though. I should do that. So see, print, print, print. And I should probably push in the opposite order because we're gonna print in the right order, but that's okay. Yeah, so it prints in descending order. So, yep, that looks good. Okay, so that works. So basically, I should add like a to-do list. I could open up GitHub issues, but I don't want to do that. So I'll just do this. Yeah, so basically we have to-do list. So what do we need? So there was multiple imports don't work. This is actually not in this one though. So we need to, instead of adding it in here, we want this in tip. So we do this on this. We do yeah, so multiple imports don't work. What was the other one? Definitions before imports don't work. And then there are issues with the line numbers being incorrect. Yeah, so all those things we need to fix. And let's also tim slash see dot h to there. And there we go. So now that one should be updated. So let's actually push both of these. I need to-do list and what was the bug that we fixed? It was something in here. And added support for underscores. Alright, so let's push that one there. And over here we're gonna also do that. Yeah. Alright. So this one we basically just added some header files which have essentially is what that was. So yeah, I think we can push that. Yes, okay, so push. All right, and then see, once that is done, all right, let's make sure that they are all updated, both of them. I can refresh either of them. So, all right, now and now. All right, so that is looking pretty good. So I think that is going to have to be it for today. Let's just make sure. It's all good. It's running clean. Make sure there's no files that we don't want here. Okay. Yep. All right. So those are fine. Let's see. So we have some stuff in here. We can remove the to-do list. Pretty McJaby or Jabby, one of those followed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. So we have a couple things here. Yeah. These are just. We don't need a to-do list, but we'll leave that because we might need that in the future. We probably will. Almost definitely will. Yeah. Yeah, and then these were stuff that I was working on that I didn't actually finish in the assembly for like tests. Which I will finish. Yeah. So those all look good. We still have the Linux syscalls ones, which once we get multiple imports working, we'll use that instead of having it in the standard deps. Okay, so I think we are all good. So yeah. Thank you for watching.